welcome to the Film Pigs on GeekNation, the only web series about the movies on the internet that asks hard-hitting questions like, hey Hollywood, instead of things like My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 and Barbershop The Next Cut, how about making sequels to movies that I remember? Is that, am I off base?
No.
No, I'm not off base. Hey, I'm your host this week, Todd Anderson. I'm here with my fellow film pig, Steve Skelton, and that's Steve Falk.
Hey.
And look at this, we got a special guest. He's an actor, and he's a stand-up comic, and his name is Matt Champagne.
Hi.
He's bubbly and effervescent and delightful. Thank you for coming on board.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Film Pigs. On that note, we should toast popcorn.
Oh, he already has his popcorn.
Oh, he has
Right.
a special popcorn.
Yeah, it's a Magnum thing. I got it.
You got a.
Yeah, I found this outside.
It looks delicious.
You'll be fine.
What a good find. Hey,
I do that, by the way. I just start drinking things that I find on the street.
that's okay. That's normal for Hollywood actors, really.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to start this show like we always do with this segment we call Rash Judgments, because you know what? There's a lot of movies coming out in the Cineplex this weekend, and how do you know which ones you should see, which ones you should skip?
You don't.
I have no idea, Todd.
There's no way of knowing
Nope.
except listening to us. Now, we haven't seen the movies, but that doesn't matter because we're all fucking geniuses, and we can tell you what you should or shouldn't see. Anyway, Steve Skelton, what's your rash judgment?
Oh, hey, everybody. My rash judgment is for the latest version of The Jungle Book.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a live-action remake of the... Wait, actually, that's not right. I think there's only one live person in this movie. It's basically another cartoon. It's directed by Jon Favreau, who brought us Iron Man, which I think is an interesting choice to really hit hard in the trailers, where it's like kind of like a children's story, but
Instead of from the director of Zathura
and Elf,
it's
yeah,
the director
it's
of Iron Man. Yeah,
But,
that doesn't make any
sense.
sense.
If you're talking pure money, then I guess it makes sense. But yeah,
They don't reference Chef?
Pure money, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pure money.
So yeah, so this is a cartoon, new cartoon Jungle Book, but it's the cartoons that look like real life, sort of, not quite, almost, with one real kid as Mogwai.
Mogwai. He's a Mogwai.
Yeah, Mogwai.
Don't feed him after
Jungle
midnight.
Book is animated?
Yeah. It's all CG. It's like
Except-
realistic.
It's like a life
But
of
the
pie.
kid-
Yeah, it's like a life of pie.
Oh.
But like a lot of more pies.
Yeah.
So
There were no pies in Life of Pi.
so
And the Jungle Book is an actual book first.
yeah, the
right?
writer Kipling. Yeah.
One of these days. I'm gonna read that book.
So yeah, so I don't know, you guys. Bill Murray's Baloo. He does the voice of Baloo, so that's kind of fun. But it's all a cartoon show, and you could just watch the original cartoon or not.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
My favorite works of Jon Favreau are his kids' movies. Zathura and Elf are very entertaining.
That is true.
And I would put my money on that. This
then
movie is
actually
going to
being
be pretty
entertaining.
great.
Yeah. So
I think Iron Man counts as a kids movie. I mean, I love it. I love Iron. The first Iron Man is great.
Yeah, so
the
there you
first
go.
installment
Yeah.
of most superhero movies is great because there's always that part where they're learning their powers and they screw up. It's fun to watch them not know how to do it, and then they get it, and it's like it's great. And then parts 2 and 3. And
I walked out of Chef.
So I would say, yeah.
I walked out of Chef.
I'd
Chef.
say if you didn't like Chef, you might like Jungle Book.
was that the food truck romance one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will
didn't see
say
that.
my former neighbor wrote Jungle Book.
Oh really? All right.
Taking a stand
Well,
on
no,
Chef.
but I think it's like, I mean, my thing is
I took a
like,
stand and I walked.
my thing is like, it's just too much CG. So, but your point is very good that Favreau's more kid family fare is actually always pretty consistently fun.
I
so.
hear the CG in Chef is fantastic. I hear some of the arugula work that they do.
The whole truck was CG.
Yeah.
Who's the star of Chef? Is it Favreau?
Yeah, Favreau.
Yeah, he's in it.
Speaking of stars, Steve Falk, what's your rash judgment?
If you like haircuts,
Well, I used to.
if you like the South Side of Chicago,
Yeah.
if you like African American comedies,
Love him.
I just watched Dope.
Can you be more specific?
then you're gonna love Barbershop, the next cut.
That's funny.
This is
It's a
directed by, I think, Tim Story. Did he direct it?
I don't know.
It's your
Let's say
judgment.
that. Written by Kenya Barris, who does Blackish, and it's a movie it's not geared to me. It stars like Eve and Common and Cedric the Entertainer.
So obviously
and-
it's geared to me.
and Ice Cube. They're taking back the streets because Chicago, their neighborhood has gotten violent, and so they're going to take back the streets. But also they do barbershop shit and they talk shit. This is a franchise, a series. Guy directed Best Friends movie.
Best
Just
Friend's
came
Shit
out.
movie?
Best Friend's Wedding. No, but it's not called that.
My best friend's shit wedding?
Yes, my best friend's. I'm white. I'm white. It wasn't my movie, but a lot of people really liked it. Like it was supposed to be really good. So I'm reserving judgment. I don't know. Maybe.
Wow, way to take a stand.
Why do you need to take a stand?
No, you don't. I was just being sarcastic. For
I
the
watched
sake
that
of
Chef.
sarcasm.
That was your bold
Yeah,
stance.
you made that. Hey, special guest Matt Champagne, what is your rash judgment?
Before I give my rash judgment, I just want to say there's no better time to give a rash judgment than when you're talking about an African-American comedy.
Yeah.
Best time to...
Especially when you're an old
Middle-aged
white guy.
white.
Yeah. There's no better time to be rash. The trailer that I watched is for a movie called Criminal. It's got Kevin Costner in it, and I feel that every movie with Kevin Costner in it should be called Criminal, because the fact that he still has a career is criminal.
Whoa!
It's,
Talk about taking a stand.
Well, look, if any of you want to get into Hollywood, I don't know if I can do what it takes to make it, or how hard is it. Kevin Costner did Waterworld and still has a career. He still is working. Like, that happened, and he still sought out. I'll be honest with you. I watched the trailer.
I feel like it really came back with The Postman. I mean,
It's like Waterworld without the
I'm
water.
still waiting for his next Armageddon movie.
yeah, me too.
The trailer, Kevin Costner plays a bad guy. He's like a killer, and then they do something to his head to make him think he's Ryan Reynolds. I think is what's going on.
I thought that was the Anthony Hopkins
I don't
movie.
know what's going on in this
Ben
movie.
Kingsley.
Or Ben Kingsley.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I was thinking of Free
Oh.
Jack.
So it looks like it's a movie. Is this a show where I talk about what I think the movie is? Because I don't know. I've seen the trailer twice. Kevin Costner seems to be a bad guy. They inject something in his head to make him think he's someone else. And it looks like he becomes a good guy against his will. It's like Reverse Clockwork Orange, or maybe it's the same. I don't know. Tell you what, go see this movie and tell me how bad it is, because I'm not going to go. I'm not going to see this movie. By the way, I don't like movies. Should I have said that? I don't like movies very much. There's a lot of, you know why? Because I have questions. I can't follow. I need to go with people, because I'm always going, I don't understand what just happened. I don't understand. And so, and if I'm doing that for a trailer, I don't know if I'm making a rash judgment or I'm just making a normal judgment that anyone that doesn't understand stuff would make.
Kevin Costner, shame on you. You've upset Matt Champagne. That is Rash Judgments, which means it's time for us to take a break from sitting around here and stand in front of here for a segment we call Mayor of Movies, where the Mayor of Movies, who's very powerful, makes new laws about the movies, either for the people who go to the movies, the people who make the movies. It's all encompassing as far as the movies are concerned. So, fellas, what should we do?
Roll it!
Oh!
I'm Mayor Movies. I'm here to declare some rules, some laws, some judgments and decrees about the movies that hereforth shall be followed. Rule 1 in the first. In animated movies, animal movies, and human movies shall remain separate. No interspecies mingling, no good dinosaurs. It does not make sense, and it is an abomination. Rule number 2 in the second. If you get popcorn, You shall not eat it right away. You will be so sad when the movie is halfway done and you have no popcorn. Put it down under your seat. Watch the trailers alone. Just watch them, absorb them. The movie starts, you may pick your popcorn up. Oh, look, you have a full popcorn. I'm Mayor of Movies.
I'm the mayor of movies, and henceforth and forthwith, these laws are now applied to movies everywhere, forthwith and with haste. Law the first, before the movie starts, all patrons are now required to open their candy wrappers and their boxes and their plastic candy bags before the movie starts. So there's none of this fucking around. I'm opening my candy halfway into the movie. Crinkle, crinkle. You open your M&Ms, you open your Starbursts and your Skittles and your whatnots and your Mike and Ikes before the movie starts. That's the one you do it. Man, the law the second. No more PG-13 comic book movies. You either have a PG or an R. It's either a comic book movie that children can go to, or it's a Deadpool sequel. That's your own. So there's no more of this like sad Superman who murders people and breaks their necks. There's no dour Batman. It's PG or R comic book, adult comic book Mayor movies.
I am Mayor of Movies. By these movie laws, I forswear, you forswear, we all forswear. Law the one, all people who go to see big, giant budgeted superhero movies that score less than 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, like Batman versus Superman, can no longer complain about it. You bought your tickets, you knew what you were getting into, and you contributed to these massive box office returns that only guarantee that we'll get more shitty superhero movies, so shut up! Law of the two. Henry Cavill is more interesting in these press junkets he does for his movies where he says stupid shit like, I got into acting for the money, than he is in the actual movies he makes. So from now on, Henry Cavill is only gonna go on an eternal press junket and not make any more movies, because that's where the fun lies. Law of the three, Henry Cavill and other actors like him have to pick last names that are more clearly pronounceable, because I don't know how to say Cavill. Mayor movies!
I am the mayor of movies, and I have some rules to throw about like a crazy person. Rule number one, explain where your villains are coming from in your big sequels. If Return of the Jedi ends with the bad guys losing and dying the way they lost and died, where are they coming from in The Force Awakens? I spent the entire movie going, where are all these bad guys coming from? The Death Star blew up, the Emperor died, Darth Vader died, the Stormtroopers literally ran for their lives at the end of Return of the Jedi, and they're all back. They're all just a bunch of bad guys. Where did they come from? And don't tell me that, you have to look in the expanded universe. I'm not going to look in any other universe except the one that I'm barely in now, here. That's rule number one. Rule number two, stop mumbling in movies. I guess I'm talking to the people in the movies. I have to listen to what you're saying, and I can't understand what you're saying. And I'm drunk right now, and you could probably understand, ignore that, you could probably understand what I'm saying now, intoxicated, than I can when you're talking in your movies. Rule number three, no more people in movies. I don't want to see any more people in movies. Faces, eyes, bodies. I'm sick of it. No more people, just landscapes and weather. That's all I want in my movies now. I'm the mayor of movies, do what I say.
There you have it.
Mayor of movies.
Brand new laws on the books.
There's so many laws. It's hard to keep up.
So many mayors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mayors.
It is weird. There's more than one.
I want to know how they were elected, because
Yeah.
it doesn't look very on the up and up.
That last one
Yeah, it
was
seems-
a drunkard.
Yeah, he was crazy drunk.
Yeah.
Did you see how much scotch was in his
Yeah.
crazy
It was
glass?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a
And that sash didn't fit him.
No.
He's obviously ill.
Yeah, he's ill.
He's losing.
It's clearly
Losing weight.
it's clearly a corrupt system.
Right.
Hey, before we wrap this thing up, I'd like to take a moment to say, hey, to Will Ferrell, Will, I saw an article that said that you're moving to Rhode Island.
What?
Because you're tired of the LA lifestyle and you feel that a lot of the people in Los Angeles are fake. You're tired of
You think he's just now getting that? Like, is he just now realizing?
I want to be rich somewhere else.
Hey, Will, I'm sorry you had a bad time in Los Angeles. I think everybody knows that you're having a very tough time. That's clear. And I, on behalf of the people of Los Angeles, I'd like to apologize. But at the same time, I have not hung out with you, and I consider myself mostly genuine. So I don't know. Maybe we do rash judgments on the show, so I get it. Maybe your judgment was a little rash, but enjoy Rhode Island. I'm sorry you had a hard time in Los Angeles.
Stay strong.
Stay strong. We love you, Will Ferrell. I've been your host, Todd Anderson. This is Steve Skelton. That is Steve Falk. This has been our very special guest, Matt Champagne.
Matt Champagne.
If you're lucky, if you're very lucky, he'll come back next week too.
Ooh.
We'll see. You have to be good. But until then, the concession stand is closed due to health code violations. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Enjoy your movies.